Please.
You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS with my guest, Rick Springfield. How are you, Rick?
I'm bloody good, mate.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
G'day.
G'day.
And with the string quartet from the Santa Monica High School Symphony Orchestra.
I know.
And this is, you've got 4 of them in here.
Yep.
How many are there, like a full orchestra?
Well, we're doing the show at the Saban. When is that?
I'll tell you exactly. March 30th.
See?
In Beverly Hills.
That's why you do what you do.
I know,
You're good.
because it's written on paper.
It's written on the paper, yeah. I don't know how to read.
And that's...
This is like 40 to 60 piece orchestra will be with us then. So it's going to be...
Have you done this before? You have, right?
Yeah, we went to Germany and did like a rock meets classics thing, and said that's be a cool idea. We just finished an album called Orchestrating My Life, which is the hits with a band, but with an orchestra too, and they actually sound really cool.
Yeah. Shouldn't you be at school today?
Yeah, I know.
You guys?
I'd take any excuse to take a day off. I don't know about you guys.
I just never used to go.
No, I got kicked out for not going. I stayed away. You shouldn't be listening to this, kid.
Yeah, close your ears.
I didn't go to school 3 months in 1 year, and the headmaster called up my parents and said, "Richard need not come back to school next year."
Yeah, and then what did you do?
I
went to another
looking
school
for a band. No,
you did?
No, this is public school. There was nothing lower than what I get.
Well, public school here in England is a posh school.
Right.
Public school.
Yeah, in Australia it means government. This is the one everyone
like
goes to.
regular. Hollywood High.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so, how old was you when you got kicked out?
17, 16.
Yeah, I left at 16. I left school.
Yeah, if you got it's great if you got a path. I didn't have a path at school.
Was you a daydreamer in school?
Yeah, I was a terrible student, and I do this all the time on the desks, and
Was you dreaming about being in a band?
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah.
Funny enough.
And girls.
And that too. That's part of it.
It was.
But
they go together.
That's good, man. And So do you think it's important at this day and age that kids get degrees and all the rest of it? Is it necessary in this day and age?
I have an unpopular view. I mean, my youngest son's a school teacher. So,
oh, he is?
Yeah, and I think if there's a path, it's that the school can be good, but just to keep you out of the workforce, I don't know if that is the right thing. I mean, these kids are learning great stuff at school. They're like amazing musicians, which we didn't even have a music class in the school I went to.
I know, me neither.
The kids that go to college and go there to drink and party, I think is kind of that's. Not go in. If you don't go in with a major, then I think it's kind of a waste of time.
Yeah. Do you guys like playing music? Is that the most thing you like doing about being in school? Yeah.
How could it not be, right? Let me see. Trigonometry or playing music?
Maths?
Yeah.
Or music?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can count to 10.
That's all you need.
That's it.
Yeah, you're a musician.
4.
You only need 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
If you were a dancer, you'd have to be able to count to 8.
Ah.
They do it in 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. But that's as high as they go too.
Yeah.
Musician. Yeah. These guys read. I can't read. I'm sure you can't either, right?
I can't even read. I could barely read what I just said on the air, let alone music. It looks like some other like alien writing.
Yeah.
Clefs and all that.
You can read it though. They were amazing. They're like reading it like I don't know. They know what they're doing. Like they don't have to translate it. I used to think the people that spoke another language had to translate their language into English before they knew what they were talking about.
Yeah. Let me ask you something, girls and boys. Can you, because you grew up reading music, can you kind of just jam, or do you have to be looking at a piece of paper? You do that, right?
Oh, great.
Because I know a lot of people who did that, they can't jam unless they're reading music.
They have to have something in front of them, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that's because they're younger, and that's more an awareness of, being able to freeform as well as being able to read the notes accurately.
Yeah.
I think that's, am I wrong? Is that part of what you guys are taught to a degree?
And you like orchestra stuff, or do you want to play guitar as well, or any other instruments? Both? You like classical music?
Who's got an electric violin at home? Yeah, I knew one of you did. All right. Crank that up.
Do you remember Steve Harley, Cockney Rebel?
Yeah.
He had electrical violin, one of the
Right.
blokes in that band. Maybe we'll play one of them tracks. Should we play some music? Well, we got ELO. Oh, let's get the ELO song up. Rock It, Rock Her Up, whatever it's bleeding called.
Rock on.
Do you know that song?
Yeah.
Because it's got strings and it's
Yeah.
a rock and roll song.
Yeah. He started that with Roy Wood, who I love.
Yeah, The Move.
Oh my God, he was so. I love Roy Wood.
Yeah.
And he started the original ELO with Roy Wood, and then they parted ways because
Yes.
it wasn't really going anywhere. They were
Yes.
trying to incorporate a lot of medieval instruments, and it wasn't really firing. And then he took it and did the rock and roll thing.
Yeah,
It was,
and they always use strings. So we're here with Rick Springfield, if you just tuned in, and he's brought his friends along from the Santa Monica High School
all right, that sounds a bit weird.
Symphony Orchestra, and they're going to be jamming in a minute. We're just going to play a bit of music first before we get to that. Jonesy's Jukebox, KLOS. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS. That was Alice Cooper, School's Out, and then before that was ELO, Rock Era. I think that's how it's pronounced. And we're here with Rick Springfield and string quartet from the Santa Monica High School Symphony. 4 of them anyway. How many totally is there? Like 30, 20? 70?
Yeah, they got a big choir and everything. And it's really incredible musicians. I actually did a Christmas benefit with these guys, and it was just amazing, which is why they're playing at the Saban show, because they're such great players, and also benefit their school, too.
And
So all the stuff I said about school, forget it.
so when you play, there's going to be the full-on orchestra when you play at the Saban
Yeah.
on March the 30th.
Yeah. This is just this is actually will not be what the show is like, which is kind of weird, but because we have a band. My band is going to be playing, but there's going to be an orchestra behind them too. So
Yeah.
it's a full kind of band show, but it's very orchestrated
Yeah.
around that.
That's a Saturday, March 30th. Where is the Saban in Beverly Hills? Is it? Is it the old cinema? Is it one of them cinemas? Okay, I got it. And for the world premiere of music from the forthcoming Rick Springfield album, Orchestrating My Life.
So you can read.
See, it's all about you. It's all about you.
It's all
Rick.
about me.
For tickets, go to rickspringfield.com.
Only because rickspringfieldpixhiesnose.com was taken.
Oh, excellent. Are you ready to work some magic here?
Yeah.
Oh, la 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 la. What song are you gonna do?
This is called I Get Excited,
You get excited.
and we'll
Okay.
see if we do or not.
Let's see what happens. Take it away.
Well, you admit you like the game, but you're not gonna play. You'll just ignore what your body trying to say. I got the feeling you're playing, and we're both gonna win. I think this angel's about to sin. I get excited, just thinking what you might be like. I get excited, there's heaven in your eyes tonight. The fire ignited down below, burning bright. Oh, baby, stay, we got all night. All night, baby, please, I can't please. On my knees tonight. No, baby, you don't look that nervous when you bite your lip. You keep 'em open when we kiss, you're a hypocrite. You got my body dancing tangos in 3/4 time. This angel's gonna spread her wings tonight. I get excited, what you might be like. I get excited, there's heaven in your eyes tonight. The fire's ignited down below, burning bright. Yeah, baby, stay, we got all night. All night, we got all night. All night, baby, please, I can't please. On my knees tonight. 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 Solo. Baby, I can feel your heartbeat, can't you feel the heat? Baby's got cold feet, fire below. was lovely.
Hey! You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox, KLOS. That was The Who. The Kids Are All Right. Then we had The Move, Fire Brigade. And we're here with Rick Springfield with the string quartet from the Santa Monica High School Symphony Orchestra. Rick's doing a show Saturday, March 30th at the Saban in Beverly Hills, accompanied by the whole lot of them. 70 of them. Can't get rid of them. And
Bloody kids.
Bleeding kids. If you want tickets to go to rickspringfield.com. Do you remember the last time you was here, Rick?
I do.
You know what I did after you left?
What?
I went and bought two Fiesta Red Strats.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with having two Fiesta Red Strats. Nothing wrong at all.
You never know when you're going to break one of them.
Exactly.
You know,
one on one side of the bed, one on the other side of the bed.
And then I've done a bunch of videos, because with our love for the shadows and whatnot. Did you ever see the movie Telstar?
There was a movie called Telstar.
You got to see it, man.
Is that like all the 60s instrumental bands,
Joe
right?
Meek. It's about Joe Meek.
Oh, my God.
It came out in 2008.
He was the genius sound guy in England back then.
He had his little studio above a shoe shop in Holloway Road. It's a bizarre story. Doesn't end good.
Yeah.
But you'll get a kick out of it. You'll get a kick out of it.
He had his own gear. Was selling. You could buy Joe Meek gear for quite a while. I haven't seen it in a while, but it was. It had a real sound. I mean, he had that. They all sounded like they played Burns guitars, which is the only English-made guitar, electric guitar.
Rubbish guitars. Yeah. Absolute
but
rubbish.
He'd like super crank the compression, and it sounded great. I mean, he had a definite sound.
He had some wacky sounds going. And
I got to see that.
It's a great movie. It's a really good story.
Is it like actors, or is it... okay.
Yeah, Nick Moran, who was the actor in Lock, Stock, Smoking Barrel, he directed it. The guy who I don't know if he still does, he owns Crystal Palace Football Ground, he funded it. And there's a bunch of people. Who's the guy who's got the Late Show now? James Corden.
Oh, yeah.
He's in it. He plays one of the drummers in the session bands. He's a lot heavier than he is now. It's just a great movie. Telstar. You can rent it on iTunes.
Yeah.
Or pay for it if you want.
I remember when that record came out.
Yeah, it was a hit in US and
number one. I think the first English number one in 40 years before the Beatles, and that broke the barrier. It was really hard to cross back over.
Yeah.
Cross the Atlantic back then. It was tough. Cliff tried to make it, and Shadows tried.
Well, also I think one of the reasons why it was a big hit, it was because the first satellite was in. It kind of got roped in with all that.
Yeah.
So that's probably.
Hey, Telstar, we got to play this.
Oh man, we're going to visit the Duke. Hold on. Breaking news.
We actually have some tickets to give away for this show.
Okay.
We can do that right now. KLOS and Jonesy's Jukebox. Welcome Rick Springfield with the...
Can I win one of those? Is it,
Well, you got to grab the phone and be caller number...
Can I get a phone?
13 right now at 800-955-KLOS. This is for the show at the Saban on March 30th, furnished by The Canyon at the Saban, where music meets the soul.
Why 13? It's such an unlucky number.
Oh, it's not. It's a great number. It's only the Christians made it. Oh.
Why don't they have a 13th floor in hotels?
Because they're crazy. There is a 13th floor. They just call it the 14th. And it's like, look over here. Look over here. Look over here.
I thought it's the weirdest thing.
I know, it's totally insane.
Did you know that kids at hotels...
They're starting. I've been in some hotels lately where they're starting to get 13. They're going, come on, seriously? We're like not putting. We built this skyscraper.
Funny.
We're clever enough
stuff.
to be able to put a skyscraper together.
Yeah.
But still worried about calling it floor 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Was that like a Masonic thing when they left out 13?
I think it was
just an unlucky number.
Yeah, it was some weird. God bless you guys. Some weird English derivation back in the 1450s, 1600s, where they decided 13.
Yeah. is
it
not
had something to
good.
do with the devil.
Yeah, yeah.
But it never did. It was just they decided in 15th, 16th century that 13 represented the devil.
Okay.
I have no idea why.
Well, I'm glad we straightened that out.
Yeah. all the weird stuff came from England.
Yeah, but didn't the weird stuff come from England, but then go over to where you criminals used to live?
Exactly. Yeah. You sent all the worst people over to my country. And there was actually my family named Springthorpe, and there was actually a Springthorpe on the convict list tally in the 1780. So I'm officially, convict stock. We're very proud of that.
Yeah, that's all right.
Kind of like you survived growing up in New York. Yeah. Well, I'm from Australia, mate.
Hey,
oh
mate,
wow.
get your kangaroo down.
Yeah.
Tie your kangaroo
Tie your
down.
kangaroo down,
Sport.
mate.
We're going to visit the Duke. When we come back, we're going to be playing some more live stuff with the kids and Rick. See you in a minute. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS. That was Queen, 7 Seas of Rye. And then before that was the Ramones, Rock and Roll High School. And we're here with Rick Springfield and the string quartet from Santa Monica High School.
That last song was a request from the cello player, I believe, wasn't it? The Queen song, wasn't that played for?
Yeah, sure. You're going to be...
look! Lights on!
If you were listening, someone turned the lights on. That's what that was.
Yeah, it's a visual joke.
Yeah, it's an inside joke. You're playing Saturday, March 30th at the Saban in Beverly Hills. That's a Saturday, accompanied by the Santa Monica High School Symphony Orchestra for a world premiere of the music from the forthcoming Rick Springfield album, Orchestrating My Life. I like the twist there.
Yeah.
Orchestrating.
Well, my manager thought of that. Wayne came up with that
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Well done. Well done. And, yeah. So what else you been doing? You do any acting anymore?
Yeah. I noticed I grow my hair out, some of the gray out of my hair, because I was growing that out for a movie. It's an independent movie that's coming up in June. But I've been writing my third novel. My second one's at the publisher now. And we just finished this album, and we're about to hit the road. So,
what's the book about? Is it a secret?
Well, yeah. No, it's not actually. It's a sequel to the last one. The first novel I had was called Magnificent Vibration, and this is a sequel to that.
And what was that? Is that a bio, the first one?
No, the bio was the first book I wrote. I wrote my own autobiography, and the publisher liked my voice, so she said, you should try writing novels. And I actually wanted to be a novelist before I was a guitar took over, and I put writing into songs.
She likes your voice, so write a book. What does that mean?
Your voice when you write. Writers have a voice when they write, a style.
Oh.
So
she never said that to me.
Really?
Maybe. I did a book too.
Damn.
But I did do the audio for the book.
Oh, that's a problem right there.
Took me 60 hours, that was all. Wanted to kill myself afterwards.
Not only did I write it, I read it.
Oh, man, yeah. So you did an autobiography and you wrote it all yourself. You didn't
Yes.
have it. You didn't have a.
No, I wrote it myself, and because I always wanted to be a writer, and so they actually had set me up with a writer, and then I said, well, I've already written 30,000 words. You want to see it? And she said, oh my God, okay, I have to read it and go. You know what? Just stick to music. But she liked it. She said it was great. So she said, you got to finish it. And actually, Rolling Stone named it. What did they name it? 25
best 5,000 book of all time.
Yeah, something like that. Best book read by the author.
Oh, man. So you enjoy writing then?
I love writing, yeah, because I can do it anywhere, on the plane and hotels. And
So you did learn something at school then?
yeah, I did. I mean,
You learned to read and write?
Yeah, and I that's really what I did learn, because I certainly didn't learn to add. But
Yeah.
but I did learn to read and write. And the only positive I ever got, I think we grew up in that era where the teachers were, I'm an adult now. I need a gig. Let's see. I hate children. I know. Become a school teacher.
Yeah.
Right. That were the kind of teachers I had. They couldn't wait to belt you with a plimsoll.
I used to get the cane.
Oh, jeez.
It was a cane.
And they get all red-faced, and like I remember the math teacher whacking me with a shoe, and it
You
like
couldn't hit it hard enough.
no, man, he'd get all hot and bothered, and I go, oh, this is weird. Even at like 12, I'm going, that's a little screwed up, dude.
Now, was
Get into it?
Was it the headmaster?
It was a math teacher that hit me.
Oh, for us, it was always the headmaster. You had to go to the headmaster's office,
Oh, my God.
and he was the one who always
Did the caning.
dished it out. Yeah, I remember it brought tears to my eyes.
Yeah. It's bastards.
It's sadistic,
Yeah,
really.
totally. I mean, you know, then you
You
go
get
home.
thrown
and
in jail now if you
I
did
know.
that, right?
You go home and say, yeah, this strange guy just hit me with a shoe
Yeah,
on my ass.
looked like he was enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I think he had a good time.
Don't listen to this, kids.
They have no idea what we're talking about.
Good. Should we play some? Do you want to do another song then?
Yeah, sure.
We're going to
You
do
ready?
the Big Kahuna, Jesse's
All right.
Girl,
All right, we'll give it a shot.
Rick Springfield, with the kids from the Santa Monica Orchestra. I'm saying it wrong, but who cares? Go on. Whenever you're ready.
Jesse is a friend. Yeah, I know he's been a good friend of mine. But lately something's changed, it ain't hard to define. Jesse's got himself a girl and I wanna make her mine. And she's watching him with those eyes, and she loving him with that body, I just know it. Yeah, he's holding her in his arms late at night. You know, I wish that I had Jesse's girl. I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Tell me, where can I find a woman like that? I'll play along with the charade. There doesn't seem to be a reason to change. You know, I feel so dirty when they start talking cute. I wanna tell her that I love her, but the point is probably moot. She's watching him with those eyes, and she loving him with that body, I just know it. Yeah, he's holding her in his arms late at night. You know, I wish that I had Jesse's girl. I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Where can I find a woman like that, like Jesse's girl? I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Where can I find a woman? Where can I find a woman like that? And I'm looking in the mirror all the time, wondering what you don't see in me. I've been funny, I've been cool with the lines. Ain't that the way love's supposed to be? Tell me, where can I find a woman like that? Woo! You know, I wish that I had Jesse's girl. I wish that I had Jesse's girl. I want Jesse's girl. Where can I find a woman like that, like Jesse's girl? I wish that I had Jesse's girl. I want Jesse's girl.
Good job.
Well done, guys.
You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS. That was the Rolling Stones, Ruby Tuesday, and before that was Cockney Rebel, a track called Hideaway, with his electric violin. Did you like that?
It's a sacrilege.
It shouldn't happen.
Electrifying a violin.
We're here with Mr. Springfield, Rick Springfield, that is,
And his mom.
and his
Richard!
Richie. with the Santa Monica High School Symphony Orchestra, 4 of them anyway. And they're doing a big gig Saturday, March 30th at the Saban in Beverly Hills. And there's going to be a lot of them playing.
A lot.
And it's for the world premiere of music of the forthcoming Rick Springfield album, Orchestrating My Life.
Thank you, Wayne.
If you want to buy a ticket, go to rickspringfield.com. So, how many songs are you going to do? Like an hour and a half?
It's about a 2-hour show. There's an intermission, and but we're doing every song from the album. There's a new one actually I wrote. They're all hits except for this one. That's I wrote it for my mom died about 2 years ago. I wrote a song for her, so that's included in there as well. We're going to be doing that.
Yeah. After you had the big hit with Jazz's Girl, did a record company say, we want another one like that?
I actually was pretty lucky that I was never aware of A&R guys back then. They never bothered me. And I'd be kind of free to, go write and then in the studio, and then I'd go, here's a record. And I wrote, I always loved like the way Buddy Holly did Peggy Sue Got Married. He did a continuation.
Yeah.
I did a continuation of the story on a second album I did, called a song called Tonight but no one really got that it was a continuation, but I did mention the name.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I never really tried to rewrite it. I mean, I don't think that ever works. The only time it worked was All Day and All the Night.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
For the Kinks. Yeah. It's a tough one to try and rewrite something.
They had a lot of hits, the Kinks.
Oh.
A lot of great songs.
Great songs. Ray Davies and Roy Wood were 2 of my favorite writers back then.
Well, you was influenced by a lot of English stuff.
Yeah, it was all English.
And
I mean,
you got it in Australia.
We were. It was total English, and we got we missed the whole San Francisco flower scene because we were tuned into England, and we good old English bands. I mean, I saw the Beatles in '64 before they were big in America. I saw the Stones twice.
Where did you see Beatles? In a small club?
No, festival hall, 4,000 seats.
Okay.
Yeah, they were big in it. I can't remember what the new single was, but it was pretty early. I mean, they still had their collarless suits, and I saw the Yardbirds when Jimmy Page was playing with them. So we had a lot of bands. All the English bands came over.
Yeah.
If an American came over like Roy Orbison, he'd have like English guys around him,
Yeah.
Because we were just very tuned into the English thing, and living there too. I was where I discovered music. Was Cliff and the Shads was in England.
And that was in Sydney.
No, we lived outside London, actually, in a place called Woking for a couple of years. My dad was in the army, got shipped over there. And
yeah, I know Woking.
Yeah, and so I moved, and then we moved back to Melbourne, and Melbourne was where I
That was your
lived.
big city.
Yeah,
yeah.
Melbourne. I was born in Sydney, but I lived most of my teen life in Melbourne.
So if you was like the Beatles or one of them bands you mentioned, you'd play like 4 shows.
Yeah.
Sydney, Melbourne.
Yeah, and 20 minutes. Their show was 20 minutes long.
Was it like with other bands? Or
Yeah. It was wild because it was so weird because we were all wearing our hair down and had the Cuban Hill boots and that, and the English and all the Aussie bands came on to open. We're all like still into the rock thing. They had the leather suits and the hair pompadoured.
Yeah.
And then the Beatles came on stage and it was like aliens had landed. It
Yeah.
was just so impactful to me.
Yeah.
They walked on and you saw their boots and their tight pants and their suits and these guitars that you'd never seen before and
bowing.
and then they opened
lot
their
of
mouths.
bowing.
Yeah. Then they opened their mouths and those songs came out. It was pretty.
Was it
interesting.
Screaming Girls then? Even then?
Dude, it was me. I was 14, and I came on stage, and I screamed like a little girl for 20 minutes. I couldn't stop myself. It was bizarre. It was so bizarre.
Yeah.
It was like almost against my will. I just started screaming.
Yeah. I'd love to have video of that.
Yeah, it was
Blackmail you now.
probably wasn't pretty.
We're gonna go and visit the Duke, and we're gonna say goodbye to Rick and the orchestra. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
And thank you, Rick, for coming in. That was great.
Always fun.
That sounded good. We'll see you in a minute.
Been to the Disneyland Resort lately?